Counter-Strike because he is a defending champion with SK last year. But he might not get that far without winning on this map. Look at Mertz as well, as North will start out on the CT side. He's already down behind him in Banana, and he's going to run them over. AZ gets the second kill, not to be misled, but he'll turn around and get the bomb. This is a slaughter.
Well, what can he say about that one? Rushing down middle, finding 2 kills, not too bad, is it? AZ with the backup there for Mertz, manages to protect him from the underpass. It will be a 5-on-2 now. Not impossible to win these ones, but very unlikely, as Liquid even flashed themselves there. And he's spotted. They can see the bomb. I'm not even sure how Liquid will recover that to begin with.
Liege wants to isolate them. Gonna realize he's got a hard time doing so. Somehow gets a kill despite 3 players peeking against him, but it's Twist left now in a 1 versus 4. Fast start to the round, and now it's just prolonging, I think, the inevitable. At this point, smoke off, they're gonna push through. Surely.
He can get a plant now.
I'm surprised they haven't. The fact that they haven't actually buys a little more time. You're right, Twist can run this. He can run this, he wants to switch, but the switch slows him down and he gets taken out of the equation. You're right, he could have got a plant, and if he did, that would have been a tremendous effort considering the circumstances.
His teammates spotted 4 of them towards Banana. I'm surprised he didn't just knife out, get that bomb down. That's kind of disappointing. 1 kill doesn't really do much for him, but a plant gives his teammates significant cash, but went for the glory instead. Maybe he thought they'd be a lot quicker behind him, but the fact he had that smoke of Banana, he found that kill middle, I would say go for it. Just go to even get that extra cash injection. They're not going to force buy here, though, fully. They are going to get Deagles and CZs, but no armor, no nades. So trying to keep money a little bit stronger, perhaps. North with the UMP MP7 combo. Chad did point out that MSL likes to be aggressive. As he gets the first pick, he's got the flames and the smoke towards T-steps. And that's the opening pick. That's all they had to do. They can fall back at this point. No one needs to keep challenging.
Mertz backs all the way off toward the library. All right, they don't really need to do much in this situation, given the MP7s and the UMP as well. They can farm up a little bit of cash if they're patient. As Twist tries to fire off a Deagle Taco succeeded. He actually catches Mertz through the edge of the wall. That's in front of front library, where we previously saw his position. A trade again as Elise actually gets pulled it down. It is easy to pull the level and the favor back toward north side. Taco and Nav still both with Deagles. Bomb still in, well, I was going to say in their hands, but then no sooner do I say it, Henry, and they make a liar out of me. The words of Murray Walker, I don't make predictions, I make prophecies that immediately get proven untrue.
I've been there many times.
The quote was something along those lines.
Yeah. It's going to be PT50s and Deagles again. I guess that's the benefit of not force buying fully. You do get second crack at it. Round 3. And we'll see whether they can make a bit of a dent here, just ringing off the bells. They did manage to get 2 kills previously, but... I
always forget those bells still make noise.
I think it's a bell now.
It's just the bell, I know. Yeah. But I always forget about it, because you're so used to the old bells, right? And it's, yeah. It's
you guys can't see it. I can look at it.
That's fine, yeah. I can see it too, Henry. We don't need to include the audience. That's not why we're here. Mertz already damaged, taken down to 38, still holding on to these MP7s as they bring out a little more firepower. Keep in mind that if that bomb plant did happen in round 1, if Twist had gotten away, we might see AKs out right now, which would have been arguably the advantage to Liquid against the SMGs. Instead, they'll have to wait 1 more. With Mertz already down on 38, not a big deal. They can concede. He can try and go hunting for kills if he really wanted to. And concede giving up those 2 SMGs to get the guns ready, and I'm sure he would love to get an AWP. Unfortunately, with $500, he's a long way away from that in the first gun round. That said, Kierby could farm up some cash, maybe drop him 1 if he's really feeling kind. Mertz behind the pillar. Does get damage, but not the kill. Naf down to 5. Nitro, meanwhile, still sneaking in from the smoke. Valdo's going to flash high from Cubby. That'll aid Mertz. He does find 2 kills. That brings him up to a total of 1,700. So quite to the AWP, but going to be relatively close in the next round to having a full buy for everyone. Kiabi stays up with the MP7, so we'll see what he elects to do. But AKs across the board as expected from Liquid.
Absolutely so. There we have it. They will have an MP7 left over from the previous round north, that is. Mertz with the AWP prospect there. He can buy it himself. They wouldn't have an armor. No one else can drop him one. So what's the play here? He will buy the glass cannon AWP in a flashbang. And as Chad pointed out, he likes to go towards B, get aggressive. He won't be there this round, though. He's actually at the top of middle for now, with Valda at the bench. That barrel does stick out somewhat, but it looks like this is almost perfect. First 2 kills coming in. North are really making all the moves here. This is a fantastic round by them. Mertz with the 3rd kill of the round. Nitro's been tagged up as well, 34 points of health. 4 on 2, Taco. A desperation player almost at this point. He'll just have to walk out the apartments and see what's available to him. Don't think he'll get much done, but I'll give it a go. Surely he's spotted him there. And there's the kill. Didn't quite, but still a nice reaction. Nitro left in the 4 versus 1. Liquid are getting battered right now.
Yeah, they are. I mean, when you consider, again, they were 5-0 up in the first map. They ended up winning the first half only 8-7, and then they were 15-10 up. They won 1 round in overtime. So what's that? They lost 9 of 10 and now 3. So they've won 1 round in the last 12, 13. I'm not. Look, I'm going to stop this today.
What the point he's trying to make is they've lost a lot of rounds. That's it. So
normally I can pull this off. Yeah. Today, for some reason, it's coming home, and I'm a little slow.
Well, Nitro, he's got 30 seconds at this point. Not really sure what he's hoping to happen, but mistake is going to be made, but not a significant one. AZ jumps around, recovers, and manages to find a pretty clean round there for North. Didn't give much up at all. They really took it to Liquid there. Liquid are just expecting a nice default round. Let's get some banana control. But no, they had players at bench. Mertz at the top protecting him. They had 3 players at B. It was a really special round, actually. Like, great grenade usage as well. You see 3 of them flying in. 1, 2, 3. Cup of tea. Takedown twists. And there we go.
See you right now. Declan, can I get a cup of tea, please? Thank you very much.
Just ordering him via the power of the airwaves. It's going to be a party buy here for Liquid. Maximum loss bonus coming in. Bit of a banana push. Wouldn't say rush necessarily. They have to go for the flames here as they start to be gunned down. Ooh, that smoke not really coordinated with his teammate, but still should be fine. One player has made it through towards CT Sport. Make it 2 of them. Will they get a frag? No, they will not. That's the bomb going down. And the round, I would say, clean sweep again for North. Their money must be spiraling out of control. $10,000 for Kiabi. Same story for MSL and AZ, really. And Liquid haven't really made much of a dent at all. Any kills they've really got in those 2nd and 3rd rounds, they got a couple of the MP7 players down. That was about it. We'll get into round number 6 here. And they're on the T side of Inferno, but this is their pick. And they haven't really showed any promise whatsoever, but very early days.
No, yeah, this has gone downhill so quickly for Liquid. It's actually unbelievable when you consider it. Flash is high. Mertz trying to get through the smokes to see above, and they'll finally boost him up. That'll give him clear vision. Clairvoyance. Nade. Ooh. Decent. Nitro. Sitting on top of that, essentially.
This is why Inferno is so cool. A coordinated team that know how to use their utility correctly, and now they realize they can actually overwhelm their opponents with correct HEs and incendiaries. It can be a really fun map to watch. It's my favorite to cast, absolutely. Seeing some of the innovations that Astralis really have made with the grenades. You can see North taking a leaf out of their book as smoke starts to be deployed here. Valda holding up towards the arch. Nitro, remember, took those nades to the face. He's down at 40 HP. They have got a bit further in the default this time. Taco can hear the shots now coming from the pit. He's quite good at finding frags in that position, but can he get his timings right?
Taco. Timing, you said get it right. He certainly got it right with the flash, but just missed on his opportunity to find AZ. He does pursue and chase him down. Liquid with a very, very healthy margin in this round. Find themselves in a 5 versus 2. Gets votes. And MSL, who finds 1, but Elijah is easily able to trade off of that, having already perched himself up in Boiler. He'll pounce upon the opportunity.
He certainly will. That was a really nice round from Liquid. That's much better. They allowed themselves a bit of time in the beginning to negate any sort of aggression from the CTs, wait for those nades. Sure, they took a bit of damage in the form of Nitro, but still managed to get their default rolling. Taco in position. Smoke towards library, flash out, really good flashes as well. You saw how effective those were. AZ had to drop down in the pit. Taco, sure, didn't get that first kill initially, but made up for it. Found the other player towards a broken wall, jumps in towards the pit, takes down AZ as well. And that's Taco pretty much winning it single-handedly. Really nice opening towards the A side. And Mertz, just to save the EWP here, Liquid are now on the board, 5-1. 4 players survive, means money's going to be relatively healthy as well. have got to reinvest in all the grenades, but still, North, like we said, $10,000 on a few of those players. They'll easily be able to buy up here, and there is a timeout called by North.
So they want to respond immediately. The timeout works for Liquid. They'll see if they can use it in their favor now. 4 available. We'll go over this again. I just want to point out as well that much like Belo Horizonte and the group stages at many events, we are at the new ESL offices, I point out, by the way, in Cologne. New a year and a bit, but new to us. We've not been here, and it's far different than where we used to broadcast Pro League from. Much better. Point is, we're here. They are still back at the hotel, yet they're still wearing the in-ears with the noise canceling over them. Yeah,
they are. I guess it's because it's quite a small environment, so they could probably hear the communications and stuff.
That's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, that's true. So I guess...
And the hat rule being in effect as well.
Sure.
Because if you're going to wear the noise canceling, you don't want to gap.
Well, that's Taco. Like I said, missed out on that first kill, but certainly made up for it. What a nice little sequence this was. 2 kills, first round on the board, job done. But still a lot of work ahead of them here. Already a map down if you're just joining us. As we get into round number 7 here, the sound will come back very quickly, I assure you. As we'll see single orb setup. You remember it was North that looked so good at the double orb setup when they went on train. That's certainly viable on Inferno as well. Minute 30, Nitro already tagged up again. Those grenades really have been a nightmare for him. Very vulnerable to the wall bang there if the orb was available, but it's on the other side of the map watching Boiler Room right now. Remember, North played against Fnatic on Inferno yesterday. And it was actually their T side is where they did most of their best work. Their CT side was very flat. They actually only got 3 rounds on their CT side.
Actually, a really good point. That's absolutely true. In fact, they almost made the comeback, and a reminiscence of yesterday as well. Mertz actually hit that shot yesterday through the very narrow perspective of looking up the stairways at Boiler today. It doesn't pay off. He goes down. It gives the advantage, despite doing massive amounts of damage onto Nitro early in this round, it gives the advantage to Liquid as they take over the mid wall. AZ in pit. He'll hang out on A by himself. Alder playing very passively toward the arch. There you go. Holding behind the statue, which the Danish players have a very specific name for.
Do they?
They do.
I'm not aware of it. Either way, 5 on 4. Liquid with another good opening pick this time. AZ is very strong towards the pits. Will he be able to find more frags here? This is lovely work. Gets one, tags up the other, but now Fly still alive and kicking. Equalizes things to a 2-on-2.
Yeah, the fact that he is alone in the pit, he brings this down to a 2 versus 2. That's an incredibly good job altogether. It goes to show you why pit is so important. Nitro still with 7 HP is alive in this round. Starts early for him in terms of receiving damage. He goes down to 2 HP, but still survives and gets a kill on top of it as well. Good round win from Liquid. They avoid the reset, at least for now.
Yeah, that was quite impressive, especially Nitro putting himself in a position. So considering he's got such low HP, he knows he can only really expose his head, because if he gets headshot, he's dead regardless, right? HP doesn't become a factor there. It's a more difficult shot for him to hit, sure, but it's even more difficult for them because he's the one bobbing and weaving, picking when he wants, and just takes all the aggro away for his teammate. Naf comes in, finishes off the job. Really good round, and this will be the final buy now for North. It's pretty decent still. They did get 5 rounds in a row, but the last couple of rounds have been problematic. Mertz with a chance to open things up there as the aggression continues towards B. It's Kiabi and indeed MSL. 3 players here this time. Got to leave MSL there by the looks of things as another grenade connects.
Yeah, the Danish team's seemingly proficient with nades. We know Astralis is. We know they've made a point of it, but North seemingly doing a lot of damage in this particular map. So Volta this time will play on the stairs to Graveyard. AZ will rotate into the pit. It's MSL alone at Banana, but Kiarbi is heading back in that direction, and I presume they'll go for the boost once this smoke is deployed, because that's where Kiarbi is going to arrive.
Well, after 7 rounds, MSL has done 240 damage with utility. So
not bad.
For one player, that really isn't bad. I guess it's Kiabi we could look at who's with him. He's done 100.
3 and a bit kills. Yeah. Obviously, it's not. It's distributed over a multitude of players, but you get the point.
Well, Liquid now. No HP on a couple of players. It's been so good for them. It's the only player that really shone for me on train. 25 seconds, all 5 players here. Mertz ready and waiting there with the AWP. Smoke comes in, nails the shot, just trying to buy some time for his boosted teammate here. That's going to be Kiabi, bombs down. With 15 seconds, this should be enough. But now, this does get a little bit more awkward, but Mertz keeps on hitting shots, buys him a bit more time. 8 seconds on the clock, still need to plant here. That's going to go down comfortably. But can MSL stop it?
Yeah, absolutely. As soon as the Liege went down, there was no question Nitro was a sitting duck at that point in time. Great shot from Mertz. He misses that. 8 seconds, they would have had the bomb down much sooner. He would have been out of the equation with another player left alive. It would have potentially gone the other way. So that was a crucial kill in the round. 6-2 for North. They respond after conceding 2. And in doing so, it comes very light in terms of money for Liquid.
Well, there we have it. Deagle for Taco, that's all he's got available to him. But Mertz, this was a nice little sequence by him, turning into a fantastic AWP. He had a strong performance in their semi-finals. Performance at Star Ladder. He was actually one of the fantastic players at the event and did a very good job. Didn't get further than the semis, but still, that event was promising at least. Mertz now guaranteed kill, falls back. Great stuff. Taco will find an AK at this point.
Taco actually exchanges a favor, takes down Mertz. That AWP has been such a problem for them. I have to say Mertz has been impressive in this series. I'll give him credit. Train, he didn't have a massive amount of contribution in the first half, but certainly did once they got to the pivotal rounds.
Absolutely. They do find a kill in return. Mertz, after finding that great pick, maybe overcommitted a little bit too much to the second. Good positioning by Taco, though. 50 seconds here, round 9. Liquid already mapped down, facing elimination here. Really need to take it to a third, which is nuke.
Still on that stairwell. Smokes were down to isolate Pit because they got wrecked by it last time, and he's got a better position. He's got an angle. Taco's trying to spray him back, and he'll be patient and hold. He doesn't want to move at all. AZ still has the Pit beside him, and as we saw it, MSL is working one side. Kierby slid up the other. They aren't ready for him to arrive so soon, so a quick kill on Nitro, and smartly doesn't overcommit, doesn't even wrap around. He says, Valdi, you can get the guy in the corner. I'm going back to Boiler, where he'll get Taco.
How scary is that? You've killed a player, you're in the graveyard, you know they're planting the bomb in front of you, and you're just not peeking, you're just waiting. That's a great amount of discipline showed there by Valda. Really cool stuff by him. Stays alive the entirety of the round. Finishes things off after his teammate comes in with the slide. Round towards quad. Gets that attention. Valda finishes off the job. Great stuff. Bomb planted, but no real money there for Team Liquid. 7-2 down. Have to take another eco here. Round 10 coming through. North. Certainly in the driving scene. Like we said, just to reiterate, it was on their T side that North looked most impressive against Fnatic. They only got 3 rounds in their CT half yesterday. So this is much better. Bodes very well for them, and so does that. Mertz will get the first pick, facing towards second middle, knowing they're going to be low on money. Gets a nice opener. That's all he needs to do now. Didn't show enough discipline the previous round. Once you get the opening picks, you confirm the reco, just get back in the crossfires. You don't want to have any single duels. At least though, good positioning. He's managed to sneak up towards the hay bales here. Not the ideal weapon for the job, but he's making it work. That wasn't a bad attempt. Gets the headshot at that range.
Yeah, fold on 16. Certainly feel that one in the morning. Nothing a few aspirin can't fix, Henry.
Indeed.
Nitro will swing back in with his deagle. Top of vault middle. Taco still inside of the apartment doorway. Same weapon. Making it work as well. He'll get AZ. 2 shots. Second one was a headshot. That would have done on its own right, but takes damage in doing so. Down to 19. Now Volda has to be concerned of the fact that he can't peek. No need to make this any more expensive than it need be.
Indeed. That's all they have to do. Hold the crossfires. Got that intel. Doesn't have to keep challenging. Just run the clock down. Make them make a commitment. As they start to head back towards B. Good smoke by Kiabi, but he is there alone. He goes down. There's every chance it could fall apart, but he's in a strong position. They won't have a smoke for CT spawn, and it looks like they're actually going to be finishing up towards middle, at least where the bomb is heading. Nice work by MSL. Don't have to commit to this again, but going to find both the kills. Nice work. As Naf now wants to die. That sounds a little bit weird, but he actually wants to die here because he'll get no money if he survives past the 5 seconds. And he got an AK. That's not okay. That's true.
I was going to say, he picked up the AK on rotation, so he's fine. He's still going to carry that over, but otherwise, absolutely. It's fine. I got you, Henry. That's why I'm here.
Yeah. So now he
hold your hand.
He had 2,700, so he has the AK. That's fine. He can still buy armor and utility and a deagle. So he definitely didn't want to die. You're right. But there we go.
Die.
8-2. Shut up. And it will be Mertz back on the AWP. And we'll see a nice healthy buy for Team Liquid. And they're going to have to start posting some rounds now. Ideally, you want to be looking for 5 or 6 in the T side of Inferno. 2 really won't cut it. So pressure firmly on their side of the server as the tactical timeout comes in for Liquid this time. Obviously, MSL gets the chat as well. He'll be looking like he's talking with Kiabi. And I saw some kind of sign language going on there. I think they're planning to drop a nuke on the banana area. 3 grenades again.
So hold for a minute, talk things over, see if Liquid can claw back into this. 8 rounds already for North is the half at least secure, but saying winning the half to me is always, you know, factually, yeah, okay, you got more rounds than the other team. That's not really what applies. There's so many conditions. The fact that it's Inferno as well, 8, is that enough? I would say based on North's performance yesterday, I would, but we'll see.
Train was a prime example because, sure, Liquid won the half. They got 8 rounds, but on the CT side, that's not actually a win, is it? Right?
Exactly. So, that's what I was going for.
So that was a prime example of that. So here we go. Round 11, aggressive again. MSL and Co. Full control Banana. See, they've got that nice smoke towards T steps, the incendiary right behind it. So if anyone does push through, they're going to get wrecked. And Mertz gets the opening frag again. And that's enough for MSL. He's like, you know what, boys, fall back. This is what we wanted, the opening kill. We've got it. Make them work for it now. As they fall back, Kiabi boosted on the site. Nitro is trying to walk in here. Needs to be very careful. And go down. No trade potential there either. Smoked off. Twists. Might have to concede this one.
Smoke toward Coffins. Mertz still standing inside of the smoke. Gray screen wants to peek out from CT with a flash. But not a bang. He's fired 2 shots. Neither of them land. Third one won't either. They're getting closer. Somehow he survives. His teammate Valdo is there to help him on the angle as Mertz managed one. He jumps through with a CZ. Okay, fine. Whatever, Mertz.
Got a little bit dicey there. Bit of a panic towards the end. Everyone jumping out and sacrificing themselves. Didn't have to go down like that, but still absolutely fine. They win the round. Money's relatively healthy. 9-2 up. Money's certainly not healthy for Liquid. They're all averaging about $3,000 as this one spirals out of control for them. They've had 2 rounds in total. We're going into round number 12. A lot of work has to be done. There's Taco. Look at the scoreboard right now. At the bottom, Nitro, 3-9. At the very top, not much better. Liege on 6-10. No one really providing any sort of numbers. Zeus is exhausted with this series. Not really much communication going on there.
No, you're right. There's not much going on at all. Things rather quiet. It's 9-2. And guns gone again for Liquid. No one able to save over an AK this time. Naf will head toward Banana quickly with the Deagle in hopes that he'll find a kill. Has a smoke with him, perhaps knowing that he would be Molotov, that he wanted to extinguish those. Damage is distributed. Easy goes down to 17, but Alicia's gone and Naf's left on 5, so the win to North in that regard.
I would say so. Looking for double digits there. Aggression again towards B. They can't be contained right now. Mertz with a chance to get a kill. He's missed a few in the last couple of rounds. It hasn't been too detrimental. They still win the rounds, so not too much of a big deal. You can see the money's still relatively low for North, but this is almost a guaranteed victory up against the Pistols. But if it does get closer than expected, could find themselves with some financial woes. Good incendiary and follow-up frag. Kiabi can just fall back here. Doesn't have to overcommit. There we go. Smoke down, fall back. AZ dealing with the problems here. Another great deagle shot from Taco. He's had a few of them this game.
Yeah, it certainly has. There's something to be had against AZ as well. Remember, he was the one that lost HP early on. Twist will eventually find him, but it won't matter. They go 10 rounds now for North. We've only played 12. So Liquid has evaporated in this series, Henry.
They absolutely have. Nothing.
They're not looking solid. A little more like a gas.
That's... You've used that before.
Have I?
Yeah.
Oh.
So I'm not going to give you credit just yet.
I don't like repeat. It's pretty bad when we've done so much that even I can't remember what I've said before.
Yeah, you've definitely had that one. Either way, round 13, Twist with no utility, but he has got the AWP. So maybe one of those purchases that just suggests that, okay, nothing's working, boys. Let's just get Twist on the orb. It looks like he might get a frag here. He's very patient, but now drops off as he looks towards the top of middle. The grenade's coming in again. This time not connecting as well. There was actually 3 HEs towards the T-steps there. Luckily, he was not at the top. map2, though, he'll be taken down. Same story of Valda. This aggression finally shut down. As Team Liquid have a 5 versus 3. Make it 4. Bomb down T-steps. That is not good news.
Nitro.
Lost the tactic out the window.
He's gone. In toward, yeah, you're right. Certainly is out the window, down and toward the bench at lower mid, but still can't spot where KRB's run off to. He'll hide up in toward the balcony. In fact, going to the underpass, Twist could get caught by this. He's not aware that Twist is actually just sitting directly in front of him. He is now back to a 2 versus 3, and a bit of an escape plan now for KRB. Look at AZ as well. Oh, Nitros. Yeah, that opens up B. The round should now go to Liquid.
That was a really nice idea as well. I thought he was going to pull that one off, but Nitro had his number. Looking towards the smoke. If he didn't check that, that was 2 kills guaranteed, and maybe even the round. Well, there it is. Looks like Liquid will be pulling this one off. Got very uncomfortable. They get the first 2 kills, but MSL pushing Banana once again. Finds the bomber T-steps, and finally, something does go in favor of Liquid. 10-3. Still need these last 2 rounds. Money's not great for North, as we mentioned before. I'd assume they still buy this one. Well, time will tell.
So 3 rounds achieved, but get to 5, you might give themselves a bit of an opportunity. They've got, speaking of opportunity, double op on the T side.
Now that's a difficult one to pull off.
Yeah, well, Naf and Twist, neither are primary oppers, but neither are a stranger to the weapon either. The 2 Canadians. Do you know that Canadians have 3 of the 4 longest shots in history? Confirmed kills. So maybe there's something in it to have 2 Canadian operas in your team. Maybe that is the answer. Taco's gonna take down Mertz. Nitro forced off the angle by a smoke. This is quite good from Vola because they won't expect it. They thought that smoke was self-preservation. It's actually to attack. The problem is, the attack doesn't yield a kill. I almost say that it got 2 because that was nearly a lineup. Nitro managing to find the headshot, but AZ's done better. Takes down Taco and Elige as they work out from the apartments. Cell has snuck all the way behind them, but Naf brings it to a 1-on-1.
Well, there we go. 1 versus 1. AZ's low, so that's CZ. Perfect for this sort of scenario. Grabs the bomb. Throws just the Hail Mary smoke. Just, you know what? Have this. But it didn't even make it over.
Yeah, bounced back to top mid.
So actually could have worked. If that landed perfectly top middle, that could actually help him out. It hasn't. But he's got a plan B. That should be round. Considering there's so much time, he can get any position he wants. Hold the orb. AZ's low. And what does he do here? What's the play? Does he save the orb or does he run in for it? Bomb's going to be almost gone by the time he even gets that.
No kid either. I think there's one in Banana? No, where MSL went down bottom and middle. Either way, you're right. Naf's had so much time to post up, and we saw this similar position yesterday. I think it was from Mertz, actually. Maybe it was Skadoodle. Either way, you hold the corner, force the player inside of the site so that you can control the angle rather than letting him fall off, and AZ's already realized there's no time available to this. It goes the way of Liquid. Naf will go down, concede the AWP. I say that needs no exchange and make sure that AZ falls with him, but it's 10-4. Finally, Liquid starting to get rounds in sequence. That's the 2nd time in a row they've won 2 in a row. So nothing new.
And the money's wrecked for the final round, so this could be a bit of a comeback here. 5 rounds, certainly possible. Not ideal, but it's a lot better than what it was looking like. As they get to round number 15, they're just up against 4 CZs, 1 UMP. Should be around for Liquid here, but I said that with bated breath. We'll see what happens to AZ. Credit to him, he's had a decent game so far. He's got 13 kills. Playing that pit position very strongly. No double orb set of this time, not a single orb on the map right now. Final round of the first half. 2nd map for elimination game. Whoever loses this series is going home.
So bomb intentionally left at the bottom of mid. going home indeed. One trip slightly farther than the other.
We've had NIP removed and Gambit.
It's true, Gambit underwhelming in this event as well.
Yeah, especially with the new signing. We thought maybe that will rekindle some hope for them, but another last place finish.
As much as Hobbit wants to in-game lead, get him back to fragging. Valda goes down first. Elige opens the kills. He'll try and open up the A site by removing AZ underneath of the quad. Good find on the AK-47. We now sit with 2 men down, 44 seconds to go, and make it just 1 remaining as Kiarbi has a CZ to the cubby. Topside mid, 38 seconds, and 10-5. Liquid give themselves a fighting chance.
Definitely do. That's much better towards the end. As we mentioned, the money was always on the brink. Sure, Liquid were losing a lot of rounds, but they were making them close, as they found plenty of frags towards the end. When they finally did win a round, it actually completely sabotaged the money of North, and they gave it the last 3. So it's 10-5. Liquid, I would say they need the pistol the way they're playing today. I don't think they're looking as electric as usual. There's the nade sequence from North. That was actually a lot of fun to watch. They're relentless pushing towards Banana and bottom and middle. The grenades towards the T-steps. It was pretty overwhelming, quite stifling for Team Liquid. And that's had a good showing as well. And remember, like I say one more time, against their T side actually looked much better than their CT side yesterday. So this is all looking good for North to find the 2-0. You can see the odds certainly favoring them right now, but Liquid can bring this back. Don't worry about that.
Again, an explosive start to the pistol. The music's not even stopped playing. That lady certainly isn't sung because it's a 3 versus 3. The round is inconclusive based on the opening kills, unlike what we had in the first half pistol when Mertz bulldozer down middle with AZ in tow.
Oh, B's open.
And wide open. Smoke down as well now. It's not going to be able to do anything about it. Desperate to fire pistol shots through a smoke against one armored opponent. I was going to say armored opponents. There's only one. Mertz is the only one that has one left. In fact, they went for the utility. The utility certainly does help them get to the site eventually. And the bomb going down now becomes a matter of equation and time. Naf has the kit, which will buy a bit more of it, but can he get close enough to the site? So far, he's gotten to ruins.
Mertz waiting for Taco. Taco, such low HP, can't really justify anything more than holding up. He does hit a wonderful shot there. Mertz be kicking himself there, considering he was such low HP. But Valda now controlling the situation, 2 versus 1. That should be it. MSL will close things out. Huge victory there for North. They're looking for the 3-0 here. If they can get it, it'll be 13-5. And will be a force by, presumably, by Team Liquid, and they really need this to go in their favor. On a map like Inferno, the CZs, the Deagles can be very powerful with lots of close range, little cubby holes. You can have crossfire set up to, especially towards that B site. Hold the pits with the Deagle, for example. And there's a shotgun for Taco, so that's a play. We'll see whether he can make some frags out of it. Here's the initial start, like you said, explosive to begin with. Great aim from Elige. Good reset as well, finding the second kill, but Mertz followed it up very quickly.
Taco, that's unfortunate. Wanted to get the shotgun to the corner of the stairs. Couldn't get that far. Molotov landed in the apartment hallways and forced him all the way back down to the doorway. Want to hear a knock-knock joke, Henry?
Sure.
Knock-knock.
Who's there?
I should have waited because I wanted it to be the shotgun with Taco. We'll come back to that. Okay. AZ starts off, Taco goes down. Apparently AZ was there. Henry, that was the joke I was going for. Yeah, with a pistol, 5-7, we'll find Mertz. Kirby will back away.
Remember, the CZ has been nerfed. No one's really talked about it because I don't think it's had that much impact on the game at all. Everyone's still using it, by the looks of things.
Yeah, and I think that's probably, look, to borrow the term again, I'll come back to it. Hang on, twist flashed off. They haven't checked it, which meant that AZ nearly walked directly into him and got caught out. I'll use the term again that a lot of MOBAs use, or a lot of other games use, even Overwatch uses it with certain characters. DPS, damage per second. I think it's still high with that gun.
Yeah.
I know you bring it up because there's a 5-7 in this round, which is what made you consider it, but I think it still does distribute a heck of a lot of damage. The one nerf that I was most interested in seeing the results of is the removal of the one-shot headshot kill.
Sure.
Against armored opponents, right? That was the one that I think, quite frankly, I think more pistols could deal with that. But yeah, I think more time will tell, but so far it hasn't discouraged anyone away from it instantly.
No, what I meant was like, sure, I appreciate it's still going to be used. I don't want it removed or anything like that. It's just like, I thought it'd be slightly more balanced with, it's only Rops, I think, uses the 5.7 out of all the pros. That's maybe the level we cast out in these sort of events, but I'm sure there's other people using it, but that's the only player comes to mind. So that's the second player now I've seen that even has it equipped. For those not aware, if you want to use the 5.7, you have to overwrite basically the CZ. You have to equip the 5.7.
It's like the silenced M4 versus the regular.
So that's why it's a bit of an interesting conversation. People seem to be favoring the CZ still.
Yeah, I think it's a good nerf should be subtle, so maybe more time will tell if it's been enough. Remember as well, we didn't have it in Belo Horizonte. We reverted back because the patch was implemented so quickly before that event. Teams wouldn't have had time. That now they've had a week or two to, I guess, get used to it, shall we say? Getting used to the CZ is Taco. He's already got a kill with it. MSL goes down, Nitro the same, and I know what you're thinking, Henry.
Why rush B when you know they've got pistols? It just defies all sense. You know they've got CZs. They've got pistols. Why you rush B? You do not have to do that. You're giving them a fighting chance. They could stack it. You have no idea. The amount of times I see this, I just call it, normally it's quite lazy calling. You don't really know what else to say, so you just go for this. When it works, it looks fine, but there's always a chance you run into the stack, and it's just so avoidable. Comes down to the 1v1. That was a 13-5 guaranteed for them. Up against no armor and some CZ. They rush B. So, kind of deserved, I guess.
Yeah, sigh of relief from Taco as we snapped onto him there. Rightfully so. I mean, this buys Liquid a bit to work with. Remember that they also won round 3 of half 2 on Train, which you just finished saying it was 8-7. If North won the pistol, they could run away with it. It's what actually got them onto map point, despite that they couldn't close it. This could be another similar situation where it actually pulls them back to within a few rounds. That said, it didn't break North down entirely. They've got one more round before that happens. They have left Mertz with just a Deagle to work with. So he'll play the support role. This time you can actually call that a viable label for what he's doing because he's already flashed them toward the top middle. He's going to sit back. He'll pick up a gun on the way by if he gets that far, which now there is 1 down. Make that 2 as Naf doubles up his kill total. MSL's got good position in front of Library, but firing to bait Twist out is actually just going to call Naf back around, and that gives him a 3rd.
Well, that's going to be round done. 5-on-2. Valda and Mertz is trying to make any sort of dent they can here. 1 kill found for Valda. But 4-on-1 now. Not really having any sort of chance to win this. We'll see whether he can at least get the bomb down. If he gets this kill towards B, that could be an opening at least. But his options are very limited indeed. Nitro, the orb, pretty much guaranteed to hit the shot. And does so. There we go. 12-7. I'm sure they'll be kicking themselves with that B rush. Could have had 13-5 right now. Instead, it's converted to 12-7. They had the buy of that round with almost no money. And now they'll have to take the eco. A chance for Liquid to get back into it.
Certainly is a chance. This is what I was talking about. This could spiral out of control. Nitro's on the AWP. Twist will hold right side top. Nade and a Molotov. Carby, lucky to be alive. He's dead. Oh, no, he's not. Excuse me. He's going to the left, not the right. Now he'll get sprayed down as the Liege finds 2 kills. Valda as well. Naf's got a double of his own. And round done. Quick, concise, and clean.
Yeah, pretty non-eventful round there. 12-8. Liquid looking better now. All they needed was an opportunity. I'm giving it to them. AKs across the board here. No Mertz, AWP. You can see they're still wounded from that round. See whether they can negate this AWP. Really healthy stuff now for Liquid. Got to have a buy in the bag and they lose a round.
Wow. All those nades and no damage. It's quite remarkable, actually. Now they'll get one that does a bit. Fractional, as the Liege tries to step back out, similar to the last round, and spray down Banana, not with as great a success. Last time he found 2 kills. This time he gets some damage, but nothing more. As they actually give up a bit of map control in the process. Forced back off the angle as the AKs burrow themselves into the Banana. Smokes to land, and Nitro has to deal with it. He'll counter smoke. Back turned to avoid flashes. Wants to get in position with the AWP. Fires down the wall, whether he saw Kjaerbye or not. Doesn't matter. He had the angle right and got it done as Naf gets overrun. It's AZ that does so and immediately turns to find Elige as well. Solid performance from him so far to enter into the sites. Taco wants back in after the bomb is planted. He'll find Volda. They're not yet burrowed into their post-plant positions, and therefore he nearly got them in transition, but it is still the favor to North, and this could be finally that 13th round that evaded them, and it will be. They're going to save. Liquid's backing off, and it's 13-8.
The bomb site. AZ has looked very, very good throughout this series. 3 kills for him. That's all that's required, as Twist and Nitro will have to save it. The money's pretty decent, but still always beneficial to save the AWP where you can. 13th round finally achieved now for North. It took them a while, but they've got there. As the T's will fall back, 3 players to survive. Nice stuff from them. Twist and Nitro are going to be comfortable. It's going to be Twist with the AK-47 to save into the next round. Number 22. The money gets a little bit more stable for them. They could actually have a full buy now for the first time, really, considering they'll have all the grenades. Well, they have the AWP. I don't think they grabbed one. So, here's the replay. Nitro popping out. A quick scope there. Easy. Using some acrobatics on the bomb side there. As he managed to get kills through the smoke. Finishes things off with Taco. All the kills found by him.
Mertz is desperate to get through the smoke nades to clear out top banana. Elige between a rock and a hot place at this point. Molotov behind him, and he's forced forward of the sandbags. That gives him one, but only one good trade from Mertz. Nav gets him back with a nade, though, so hold on. We still have the advantage to Liquid, and this would now be a 3-round reset. Taco at the cubby wants to work his way out. Retreat to the site in safety. He'll do so safely because the smokes go down and he wants to play with a teammate. There's no need to overextend with the man advantage. AZ swings behind them. If he had found the first, they might have had a huge problem holding onto the site, but it's seemingly effortless in taking him down. The rest line up for them, and it's 13-9. And as I mentioned, that reset, this doesn't look good for North.
It doesn't, actually. They've only posted 1 round since that round 3 catastrophe. And that is a harsh reset. They might as well just force this one. We'll see what they go for. They're going to have 4 smokes. So what is the play? They're not going to spend all that money. CZs, a couple of PT50s, 2 players of helmets, interesting enough. Not sure why they'd go for that. But there we go. And they'll get $1,900 next round. Still going to be struggling. They really need to try and get a plant down. That's why they're investing a little bit extra, I guess.
Taps with the P250. Doubled position inside of the site, Twist and Naf. Goes down to isolate the entry and allow them to drop into the pit, but it's not going to give them much more in this site with no one playing there this time from Liquid. It doesn't even give them a kill. Doesn't want to overrun, no gun to grab. Twist's position is powerful. Try and fade him out of a few shots, but it won't work as Naf also swings back out. Elige arrives. Double digits for both sides. Liquid easily able to pick up their 10th.
Like I said, money still won't be great for North if they don't get the plant down there. It didn't happen. Everyone about $3,000, so another gimme round really for Liquid here. As loss bonus only sits at number 2. So going to be calling for pistols. Kjaerbye gets a bit of armor. Got 3 smokes, maybe a B execution here. Who knows? You're heading in that direction. Try and push past the nades. Taco spotted them though, so here comes the utility. It's going to do a lot of damage. My God, now Fly spraying them down like a hot knife through butter. Manages to get
Margarine.
2 frags and fall back.
No one uses butter anymore, Henry.
What?
Margarine. Base cell.
I don't know what you mean. What's the margarine?
Never mind. It's M4 picked up for KRB. Good overrunning of the site. Naf going down. This gives him a chance, a slight chance. Easy. Oh, KRB is dead. Still has the M4 close to the coffins to work with, and he swings out to find Taco, but Twist has better ideas. Gets boosted up. That gives him just enough to see over the wall. Bomb gets dropped. 1:11. If Volta can actually find this next kill with the AK, despite not having armor, gets the headshot. Okay, fair enough. There might be something in it, but with no armor, aim punch massive factor, and he gets wrecked.
He certainly does. And we'll see whether this buy, finally coming in from North, will be enough for them. They are going to have AKs at the very least. I'm not sure if Merz can get the AWP at this one. I don't think he's had it this entire half. It would have to be dropped by a teammate at this point. We'll see whether that comes through. There is something on the floor. I can't make it out just yet. Don't think it's the AWP, no. It's the AK. So he's going to have that instead, as Team Liquid now actually getting quite a convincing half going. It's going to be 6-3, 13-11. And much better.
Stark contrast to what you said yesterday, because North had an abysmal first half against Fnatic. I think it was 12-3 at halftime. They brought that back pretty much to full 30 rounds, and they did so on the T side. So you'd have expected that today would have been smooth sailing, considering the start that they did have.
Well, still a map down, 13-11 down right now, but it feels like they've got back into this game. It feels possible now. It is Nuke to finish things off if required. I think it might be at this point. We're going to have the M4s, AK, and the AWP available for the CTs here. Nitro, the one with the sniper, he'll be holding towards quad right now. Ali's right at the bottom.
Nitro holds. Molotov thrown high. Taco still waiting for the opportunity to sneak back in. Opposing side of the arch. He's stuck in the cubby at this point in time. No utility to dispel him from that area, but no support either, so potential one and done for his sake. They've fallen back, and now it's Elysian Naf to hold. Clever little angle from Naf. Just off the boards, he'll spot them as they get in. He can swing out now. He's going to need to, but doesn't get much from it. Thankfully, Elige found two before going down, so it still works in their favor, but not exactly by design.
This is looking good for Liquid now. Attack about to be flashed through, and I feel like he's going to get 2 kills here. There's the first, can't quite find the second. Nafly, though, playing this round perfectly. Really well played by him. 2 versus 1, though. Still possible for KRB. However, it's unlikely he can pull this off. Has got the bomb. Starts to head back towards A. He's going to actually make a long run for it. Picks up another AK. So he's going to be guaranteed a plant here at least. And maybe more.
Yeah, this is definitely doable. It's got a bit of time to work with. They're going to rotate together. That gives them the potential for the trade. Or does it? Do they check this position? KRB hears them both, so he knows they're both coming this way. Didn't want to stay in the corner in case they did check it. Now he knows that they're both behind him. This is perfect. He did it exactly how he should. Let them go and let them walk to the slaughter. KRB gets both, and finally North get another round.
Oh, I was nervous for that one. When you got players in front of you and it's such an important situation. If you missed one of those shots, if the first player doesn't go down quickly, it could all fall apart, but that was perfect. Gets in towards A, and it's not that the CTs really did anything wrong. They did stick together. They were anticipating to be in the pit or something like that, but he gets in a really lovely spot. And luckily for him, they do come up, making a lot of noise towards middle.
Yeah, and as soon as he heard both, he said, I can't stay in the corner. One of them at least will check that. Very smart to slide up the stairs, just be out of vision. That's exactly how that had to go, and it does. It now puts 14 rounds on the board for North. Now, it also leaves potential for another 3-round reset, meaning that they wouldn't have much money left over, and Liquid would find 12 in doing so. So there's a great chance that Liquid can still complete the comeback, don't get me wrong. Timeout from North to try and adjust any issues that they've identified and really put this series and game and series, I put that out of order, to bed.
Yeah.
It's like Hemeroni with priorities. You can get a guy killed, or worse, expelled.
Famous for Taco. So money now whittled down for them. If they lose this round, not only is this series points, elimination points, they'll be eco. So they have to win this one. I think they probably goes without saying considering the scoreline, but still more so than ever. Nitro, the timing there is so unfortunate. That was a guaranteed kill. MSL was about to walk into his crosshair, then he moves. Oh well. Still alive.
Move on. Happens a lot in Counter-Strike, it seems. I bet you at home, for those of you who play a lot of Counter-Strike, I bet you it happens a lot to you and you don't even realize it. Go watch some demos. You'd be surprised how frequent that is the case. Just at the pro level where those bizarre timing scenarios tend to happen. Smoke goes deep from Naf. He'll hold off Banana with that, but that's all he's using to hold Banana. In fact, he's fallen all the way back to the site, and rightfully so, as MSL has already breached the position and gone toward the sandbags. Good shot from Nitro. Smartly backs off as well, knowing that the mid wall's lost. Easy's very close, just barely gonna miss out. But Taco, not with the gun drawn, was not ready for him to be so close, and AZ's found two. This will open up the A site, and we might get back-to-back rounds for North.
And elimination point. At this stage, like I said, no money for Liquid. They might have considered just saving and not even going for this one because their money is going to be absolutely ruined. They're going to let AZ have it. Those two kills. It looked like it was going to fall apart. Nitro with the opening kill. He falls back towards B. And at that point, AZ helps himself to two players actually rotating towards the other bomb site. He nails both of them, and that's enough to win the round. There's been a couple of those now where AZ is the only player fragging on the north side to win a round. Just needs two this time. And Liquid, like I said, they have to save here. No one's got anything above $1,000. So they just have to hold on to the AWP 2M4s, force around them. It's not going to be pretty. And now, similar situation to what North had on training from them, but they were 15-10 down and brought it back to overtime. It's going to be 15-11 now in favor of North. It's Liquid on the chase at this point.
One to go. On the chase. Not a lot to invest. The op for Nitro. So they'll come within reach of North in this map, but may not get there in the end. This Liquid's map choice, remember it was the other map, Train, that we were saying Liquid was going to steal one away. It's North's turn to do the same, and they might get away with it with one round to go. Taco already peeking down middle, throws a nade that direction. It only does minor damage to both MSL and Kirby. They'll throw nades of their own, clear the corner. That's one way of doing so.
Do or die time. 4 rounds in a row just for overtime. Liquid have looked lackluster this tournament. Disappointing result yesterday. And now looking down the barrel of elimination. It's pretty much as bad as the tournament can go.
Molotov in toward the boiler stairs. Quick little pop flash thrown from the railing as they run through. Taco behind this smoke. He'll know everything that rides in this round. Elise starts it off. That's a breath of fresh air for them. But just because he got a kill on Banana doesn't mean it's all for fair play, because they're going to go back in that direction regardless and start to push toward B. So now Elise has to work with Naf effectively.
Certainly does.
Favors them in some ways because that's 2 rifles on the site.
We'll see what can happen here. Elise poised. Oh, but AZ's been so good for this squad. But Elise, he had them all lined up, map. 3 versus 3 now. The bomb will be planted. CTs have got 1 kit. But one of these players with the MP9 might have a chance here. Mertz somewhat panicking. Oh, nice little Molotov though. Bounces it off the pillar. Not going to be enough for the kill. Mertz drops, but so does Taco. 2 on 2. Is this it?
Might be. Volta's got water position held. And Twist doesn't want to push through until Nitro's closer. He's spotted. Good shoulder peek from Volta. Twist walks out and it's done. Volta has confirmed that Liquid are out of ESL One Cologne.
Congratulations to North. Everyone's been saying that they're a team that's bouncing back.